Alright, this is Reality's Supreme Being again, and I'm also registered as a presidential candidate for 2016 as HRM Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte. Long name, but it's no longer than Arnold Schwarzenegger. This will be a short video. No one will have to listen to me for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. There are a lot of philosophies in the world. People argue about what's the best way to live, and most everyone finds their own way of living. In my particular case, my 400 videos and the recent 2 that I've done, maybe 2 or 3 now that I will upload, along with the information that I have lymphoma, and you people, just all you need to do is punch in Reality's Supreme Being 2016 and you'll get a first-hand look at what these tumors look like and how Medi-Cal and actually the federal government as well, Medicare, have abused me. And this abuse has gone on for years and years, but the most recent abuse, the one where I'm diagnosed as a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, is just recent. Year, 2 years worth of irresponsibility for the Social Security Administration. And it wasn't just done to me, it's still being done to lots of people in the Social Security Administration that are either collecting their Social Security check or their SSI payments or whatever other entitlement program they're on, and they are not advising or giving the public correct, accurate, updated information, especially if they don't qualify for Medicare. So in this particular case, as a presidential candidate, they have never addressed this issue, and I think that this should be heard not just nationwide but worldwide, because the United States of America is full of jerk-off people. It's plain and simple. It doesn't matter whether it's down to the lowest citizen on the totem pole, which is the homeless, like myself, and all the way up to the richest person in the United States or the world. It's so hard for me to translate for you people from my brain into the verbal usage, because so many people have different education levels. Some people have to listen to a video 2 or 3 times just to get and or understand a message, much less, do anything about it. So I'm here to tell you that yeah, when it comes time, I'm going to probably put myself down, because that's better. And it doesn't really matter. We're all going to die anyway. It's just a question of when. All right? So the world is full of people that they're very selective. Matter of fact, extremely selective, fanatically selective, until there's an earthquake or a tornado or a natural disaster, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to help everybody. Bottom line, I think I've said this in my other videos, that people shouldn't be killing each other because of how special DNA is. Now, let me, for the first time in the world history, let me give you some new terminology that you should remember. There's no such thing as reincarnation. If there is, it's genetic reincarnation. You are experiencing memories from your ancestors to your ancient ancestors. DNA is very vast, and it carries fragmented memories. These memories can stimulate a person and make them go towards a certain occupation. In many cases, fanatically go towards that occupation, because it's an uncontrolled desire. It's there already. All they need is a stimulation event. That's one reason. And the reason is that during these stimulation events, people are for a few years into their occupation and they discover some great discoveries, some new philosophical insights, some new inventions. 9,700 years of only maybe 100 worth mentioning inventions that contributed to the onslaught of inventions over the last 300 years. And the United States has only been a country for a couple of hundred years. So there's a lot of hard circumstantial evidence that backs me up. So I have coined a term. It's called SAM. That's one term. And the other one is called ASAM. The letters stand for Stimulated Awareness Memory. And the reason I'm recording this is because I don't want people to forget. Stimulated awareness memory is responsible for all of the technology that we're experiencing right now. But the one that's the most responsible is one other, ASAM, which is Ancient Stimulated Awareness Memory. When you have a DNA event, a stimulation event, it stimulates you from an ancestor's memory that comes to you, and then you are motivated towards going to that occupation, and then in return you end up discovering something really fantastic. Some of it might be, you could call it serendipity, some of it might be coincidental, some of it might be accidental, but regardless of what it is, it's very precious. So when you have your wars and your killings and your deaths and destruction, I should be getting a Nobel Prize for this, for peace, because that is the reason for peace. This message goes to ISIS, Al-Qaeda, all of you. Yes, I know, I agree with you, Al-Qaeda and ISIS. The United States of America is an evil beast, totally. It says so even in the Bible. The United States is mentioned in the Bible. I could give you a summation of it, but it would take too long. And most people's attention span is less than 5 minutes. And here I am already 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I've already probably lost a lot of you on YouTube. You just click and go to the next one. YouTube is so full of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that people have to stand on their head and do all kinds of circus acts just to try to get attention. It's really funny. So anyway, at close to 8 minutes, I think I'm going to end this because I just wanted to share that with the world before I die, that someday, maybe 1,000 years from now, scientists will be able to, I could have discovered it, but they took my labs, my cars, my boats, my motorhomes, they took everything away from me, and more stuff is going to be taken away from me. Just last week, another storage was taken away. Nobody has offered to help. Nobody has offered to help me. I have no credit history, so I can't rent a warehouse. I can't lease anything. In California, at least here in Los Angeles, it's written in stone. If you don't have a credit history, they ain't going to lease to you. It's really stupid. And I can back up my accusation of it being really stupid. I planned to file a federal lawsuit against the Social Security Administration, the City of Los Angeles, the whole shebang, if I can include it. It won't do anything, it won't get anywhere because I don't have any lawyers, but the one against the Social Security Administration will, because in federal court, they're going to have to prove why they didn't inform people on Social Security the right information for alternative registrations in certain programs that would qualify them for Medicare. And believe me, they ignored that for more than a few years. I kept track. So, as a presidential candidate, I should probably be given front red carpet treatment. And the election should be called off completely because you people are really screwing other people up, and it's still going on. How many times are you... Let me give you a parting note before 10 minutes is up. There's a movie called Things to Come. Raymond Massey and a few other people are in there. It's an old black and white. But it was originally H.G. Wells who's involved in that movie. And in that movie, the leaders of that country are the displaced planet the world has destroyed. And only the airmen of the world are the saviors of the planet. But there are these leaders in the world, and they call themselves, they say, peace, peace, peace. They keep using that propaganda. We have to have war in order to get more peace. We have to have war in order to get more peace. The bottom line, you people have all your priorities in the wrong place, and you missed out on probably having one of the greatest leaders on the planet, because I should have been elected in my early 30s. Okay? And I should have been given attention back then, equal attention as all the other candidates who have lots of money. I wasn't. So it's your loss. It's 10 minutes, 11 minutes coming up. I'm sorry I spoke over 5 minutes. I wanted to only do this in 5 minutes, but I couldn't. So, goodbye. And I'm not going to say good luck with whoever you elect, because those two idiots, Trump and Mrs. Clinton, and her first man, Mr. Clinton, it's all a joke. And it's a joke on you people, and you people are going for it. And it's not the libertarian candidates, it's not any of those other candidates, because they all give you the same bullcrap explanation. You have to have, as a leader, you have to have almost blanket authority over the Congress, over the Senate, over the Supreme Court, in order to fix the kind of problems that you have now. You need, the United States of America has needed a benevolent dictator for more than probably 30 years. And you sure have ruined this one. Because I would have gone down in history as probably the savior of planet Earth, because your Earth is about to be destroyed. And I know when it's going to happen. And I'm not telling. I'll die. I'll never see the event, but it will happen, and I know when. Bye.